What's up, everyone? Welcome to the North Leeds Jitz podcast. Today, I'm super excited to be joined by Professor Pedro Marinho, who recently got his black belt, which I'm super excited to ask him about how that was like. But thank you very much for joining us, Professor.
Thank you so much for the environment, for the fight, and I'm so excited. Let's do it.
Awesome, man. And Professor has a competition today, so he's a very busy man.
Yeah. I'm gonna compete today against Jake Watson. I'll be fighting him at fight to win 167 Austin. And yeah, man, I'm excited for this match. My black belt debut. 1 year almost that I don't fight in the gi.
Wow.
I've been fighting more in no gi sen, but now I'm excited. I'm happy to be back in the gi.
Amazing. Have you faced the man before?
No, it's the first time.
Right, amazing. And when you go to face people, do you come in with a particular game plan, or do you just play your game?
Yeah, I like understand what they does of better, to like I don't say I always try to implement my game, but I like to know what they do the best, I try to avoid the situations that is comfortable for them.
Right.
I'm always trying to be comfortable. I don't say I make plan, I make strategy. It's more about that, like I understand what my opponent can do it, where he's a danger, But on the end, I try as much to apply my game, I try like, pass pressure, or I'm going to put guard, but always on the way that I can be comfortable and make him uncomfortable,
Yeah, I mean, that's the essence of jiu-jitsu, right?
You have to make your partner, your opponent.
I think that's why, Professor Mike has a very similar kind of style, It's all about making your opponent as uncomfortable as possible. I think that's why we both like you so much, It's a very exciting game to watch as well.
All right.
Well, man,
is this like
go on.
I like always, not just about your, not about just control this, make your partner comfortable, but make him like kind of, when you put him in some situation that he say, man, I don't have an option here, I don't have what to do here. And this is the point that the person, like whose attack is going to gain, Like say, I start fight with someone and I put him in positions that he don't usually get, Let's say the guy's a guard player. If I pull him first, he's gonna get loose pass guard,
Yeah.
If the guy's like a pass guard, I take him down and I make him play guard. You don't think that he know you should do. He's gonna be in comfort. It's gonna be like good for me,
It's like it reminds me of two things there. It's like, I don't know if you've heard of David Goggins, but he has like this saying called, taking souls. And it seems like that's what you're doing, you're taking what they're good at and then just stealing it from them. It's like, I'm going to be better at it than you, right? And then also George St. Pierre did a lot of that, didn't he? Like he took down the best wrestlers and things like that.
Is this like, I think this is kind of the if you're able to implement this, like if you're able to, let's say, take the guy who want to play on top, you make him play on bottom. The guy who want to play on bottom, make him play on top. I think you already, is like a 20-30% ahead of the fight.
Well, I want to speak a lot about competition and mindset and stuff like that. But first, would you just take us back to like where you grew up? I know you got into martial arts at a really young age, didn't you? Tell me a bit about like your family and where you're from.
Man, I'm from Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, Angra dos Reis. I started jiu-jitsu 17 to 18 years old, November, October 2013. And I trained 2 years with my professor in my city and Angra dos Reis, Rio de Janeiro. And then I moved to Belo Horizonte to train with Felipe Preguiça, where I started my professional career. And man, and you ask about my family?
Yeah. Like, what did your parents do and stuff?
Yeah, my parents, my mom is like, she sell things, you know, she's like emprendedor. How say emprendedor? Emprendedor. Sorry, my English no.
It's
She's
fine,
like a
bro.
no. She's like sell things about home, kitchen, all these
Yeah.
things. My like retired. He was uh autobus driver. You know,
Hmm.
was like a normal life. I'm you know in a small city in Rio. I live in Angra, a small city. It's like a far off these things, but it's beautiful city. It's a paradise. It's like a beach, you know, all these things. And man, I really miss that. It's a great place. And then when I trained 3 years in my city, and then I moved to B8 to train with Felipe.
Yeah.
And
And
then,
there's a really cool story about how you ended up, because it was the FP Gold team, right? And there was like a big kind of
uh,
like 1,000 people entered, and there was only a few
yeah,
spots, right? Can you tell me that
well,
story? But I don't
yeah,
really know it very well.
Felipe like he make a project, you know, and he like every athlete who wanna be part of that have to send the emails for him, a curriculum, show you some videos of your jiu-jitsu, you know, your like titles, all these things. And I was one of the guys who I saw the thing, but I kind of don't wanna, you know. On that time, I'm just like a hobbyist, you know.
Mm.
I'm just doing hobby. And but I have a friend who was like invited to go, and I say, man, I want to go too, you know. And I sent a message to Felipe after everything already like is closed, and he's thank God open for me. And I said, Felipe, Bitinho, couple guys who helped me a lot to talk with Felipe to I'm able to go that train, you know, to try be part of the project. And when I moved to B8 was like 1,000 emails, and this 1,000 emails he's like a selection like 50 50 athletes, you know,
Hmm.
25 athletes light, 25 athletes heavy. How was they have guys we going to B8 in train. We stayed there. We went to B8 and we stayed there 2 days train, just train, and they analyze, you know, like
Right.
they do coach, all these things, like him and Felipe and his staff always like doing notes about the trains, all these things. And thank God I was able to get one of the 15 to stay, you know, on the house. On my group, on 25, I was six, did stay just 25, just six stay, and I was
Mhm.
one of them. And then I start to really, really things get like a professional for me, you know, because before on my seat, I work, I have all these things. Like I'm not just athlete 200%, you know.
Yeah.
And
What did you want to, before that like amazing journey with the Felipe Pena Golden team? What did you want to be like? What did you want to be when you were grow up?
yeah, I like before go to Felipe, I already want to leave from jiu-jitsu, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't know like how,
Mm.
because kind of my city, I didn't jiu-jitsu is small there. On my city, like we train 3 times a week, you know, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 1 hour a day. It's nothing like, you know, that much. And I didn't have idea like how I can become like, you know, professional on this, how I can live from jiu-jitsu. When was I have this? I saw on the Instagram this post with Felipe, you know, invite people like, oh, if you want to be professional athlete, and on that part I say, oh man, this is my chance, you know, like after I send message, this is my chance. Because before I didn't know what I want to be real, you know. I want to like go to school, but I don't have money. My parents don't have a money to pay my university. I
Yeah.
finished the school and I can start to work on construction. It was like kind of hard. I start to work on the construction, like a heavy work, you know, and keep training. Like work all day, go train. Work all day, go train. And like
Yeah.
always exhausted, you know. And one day I wake up and say, man, you know, I fall in love with jiu-jitsu, and I say, man, I don't care more. I closed my university, you know, I locked my university. I was doing public university,
Mm.
and I I closed. I asked my boss to, you know, fire me, and Yeah, I say I don't wanna thank so much for everything, but you know, I think it's my time to try really do what I love. And I
Wow.
think one of the best decision because on that time that I asked you, they fire me, I didn't have a nothing yet. You know, like Philippe, these things I didn't know they're gonna happen. And but on this I remember that I asked him to fire me in January 2017. And the project happened June 2017. Like I thought is God give me 6 months to train, you know, for the because when I was part of work, just train. I
Right.
was able to just train, you know. I start training every day. And when I was to go to do the test, I went to do the test in Philip school. I'm already like ready, you know. I think if I keep working and have to do all the stuff that I usually do, I didn't able to go there, you know,
Amazing, man.
to be part of the project.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you trained like other martial arts and stuff before, right? You trained some capoeira.
Yeah,
What was it
yeah.
like? Oh, go on.
I start capoeira when I'm kid, like 6 years old. Like it was more like I was a guy who loves sports, you know. Like on my city we have a beach close and we go surf, you know. We skateboard, we play soccer a lot in Brazil. I always feel this guy about like a lot of type of sports, you know. And I started seeing MMA, you know, and I saw like how nice it is. And I start training first. I started training MMA. I did like 2 months, but kind of like the professor he's leave from the city and he stopped have a class.
Mm.
And I saw have jiu-jitsu. I said, man, I would try jiu-jitsu. But on that time, I didn't like too much the part of, you know, say, all men say that. Oh, man, gonna hug man, you know, like these things. But thank God I started jiu-jitsu, man. And it was my best decision ever.
For
was
sure,
was
man.
my I didn't know what I can like. To be honest with you, like I don't have idea like about another work or this thing, another job. You know, I
Yeah.
really in my life on jiu-jitsu, like on jiu-jitsu perspective.
And what was it about jiu-jitsu you think that it got right to your heart and it really kind of found you?
Man, this is like it's hard to explain. Like, man, jiu-jitsu changed lives like for real. You know, like you saw people who get the gym like without too much expectations and like even sometimes old, you know, people more older, they start training like just for hobby and they get into the jiu-jitsu, start competing, you know, change their life. I have a lot of West Bar West Chase where I coach with Professor Piano. We have a lot of these type of students, you know, people who get there like without expectation, like sometimes with depression, some problems on home, and they start doing jiu-jitsu, they change their life at all, you know, like they start to compete, they start to take care of their body because they know if you don't eat good, if you don't like, you know, take care of your body, you don't want to get better in jiu-jitsu. And
Yeah.
I think they mess with one thing with every people like have ego a little, you know. Even you say you don't have an ego, of course you want to get better. Of course you want to be one of the best in the room, you know. Of course you don't want to get smashed every day. Of course you want to improve yourself, you know. And I think these make you want to go more and more, you know. Let's say, man, I want to get better on these. I have to take care of my body and the environment. I think they're one of the keys of jiu-jitsu environment. Because if you see all the gyms, like you become a family, you know, like everybody's a friend. Like we meet today right here first time, and it's kind of comfortable, you know. I'm talking
Yeah.
with you. It's kind of jiu-jitsu. I say, oh, jiu-jitsu's all
Yeah.
good.
And
Comfortable.
also because, we're both Gracie Barra, right? And do
Is
you
the
feel Gracie Barra is a bit different from like other academies you've seen?
man, yeah. I think like what the vision is nice. You know, they try make everybody keep together, even we know, like I say, even we compete sometimes against other, like each other, but it's always like welcome. Every guest bar that you go is like they're gonna try you like well, you know, they're gonna take care of you, they're gonna help you. Almost all that I visited was perfect. everybody like Asa, you was trained there years and years, you know. Gracie Barra, let's go, man, you know. And the good part, or every place that you go in the world have one Gracie Barra, you know. You always gonna have some great school to train, you know.
For sure, you know, I've been really lucky to travel almost around the world and travel and train at different Gracie Barras, and it's crazy how they welcome you like family, right? It's like, you want to go out to dinner tonight? You got a place to stay, like.
Is this like when I remember when I come here first time, like, you know, all they support me a lot. Sometimes I go compete on the cities. They help the professors who don't even know me. They help me, you know, like help with stay or stay. You can stay on my home. You can stay, you know, on the student's home. If you need to use the mat, you can like train, you know, all these things. I think these make big difference, you know.
And you know, it's really strange, isn't it? Because I don't know where else in life you find that. You know, you don't find that community, that team.
What?
I don't know where else in life you really kind of find that kind of community, that kind of team.
Yeah, hard. I talked with a student about that. I say like, man, you here like 2 months, and you see how already they are in on the thing. You know, like everybody joke with each other. As a people know each other years and years, and sometimes like, you just first time you see the guy, you know, and you joke about, you know, man, you jiu-jitsu, blah blah, like become all friends, you know, all the time. Like, is the best part of jiu-jitsu, you know, man. Like competition is nice, all these parts is nice, but for me, like the environment of jiu-jitsu is different of every sport. And if you think that we fight each other, you know, and we should, like I say, we should like want to help each other get better, you know, because we know when your partner get better, you get better as well. When you try to do your best to help him, you know, and they try the best to help you. And this, I think, is the like the key part of jiu-jitsu, you know, who make everybody like fall in love. Jiu-jitsu like man, I love this sport too much.
I
You
know,
know,
like, Professor, go on. Say that again for me.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to talk about jiu-jitsu, you know, because get you like a dip.
Passion.
Say,
Yeah.
man, change life, give everything that I have, put food on my table. We're like so grateful.
For sure, man. Professor, do you have any memories of when you were a white belt? Do you remember like the first time you rolled with someone and they beat you up and it's like, how did he do that to me?
I remember for sure. And one of them that beat me, when I'm white belt, my wife.
Oh, really?
She's a blue belt already. She's
Ah,
a blue
right,
belt,
wow.
and I was white belt, and I'm always was like a big kid, you know, a little big than others. And I say, man, you know, I'm gonna do well. I'm gonna beat all these guys. I'm stronger. I'm this. I'm that. And I was training her as a girl, and I say, man, I'm gonna train well, and I'm strong. I'm a man. She's like, beat me up too bad, man. You know, take my out. Like I remember I have another guy too. Like he's so skinny. Like he's like 30, 40 pounds less than me or more. And he got him on the. I remember on that time on the baseball choke, you know. And I say, man, like how I gonna tap? You know, I'm out sleep because I don't want to tap, and that thing, like, you know, it's faster. I have great memories, man, about the white belt, and one of them was my wife. Beat up, and we married. I get in love. And remember when I'm white belt, all things that I watch in jiu-jitsu is kind of like, man, this is impossible to do it. I don't want to get this. I don't know how this guy doing this. You know, like bring like armbar, bring this thing. I say, man, no, this is impossible. Like I never gonna be able to do it. And you felt like each day that you put the work in, each day that you go there, you know, like try your best, you get something improvement already. You know, like every day that you go to the gym, you improve something. You know, even if you don't fail, you are already improve something. Things that before is so hard, you start getting easier. You know, you start to understand more jiu-jitsu, not just do it, but understand why you put, you know. I think, yeah, this is the best part. I remember when I'm white belt, everything's kind of like, man, I'm never gonna get this. I'm never gonna be good on this. I'm never gonna learn this. And with the time, you start to understand that everything's a process, you know. And I always say jiu-jitsu is a long-term process, you know. You cannot try to be like, no rush. Jiu-jitsu don't have a rush, you know. I think when white belt, you have to enjoy the phase. When you blue belt, you have to enjoy the phase, you know, and you have to enjoy each belt. If you think too much just on the next, you kind of don't enjoy your moment, you know, on your belt.
Yeah, thanks for that. I think a lot of our members, being white belts, will really appreciate your advice there. Professor, yesterday we did a podcast with Professor Ana Laura Cordero. And we asked her, because her husband is a black belt as well, what it's like coming up through jiu-jitsu, training together with your husband and wife, because we have a lot of couples that are members with us. So do you have any advice for the couples that are training? Like, do you not settle arguments with jiu-jitsu? Like if someone's not done the dishes, that kind of thing?
Man, like I'm like obsessed with jiu-jitsu, you know, and even my wife doing jiu-jitsu, she's a competitor too. She sometimes complains, it's too much. You just talk about jiu-jitsu, you know. My advice for you guys, when you're out of jiu-jitsu, don't talk about jiu-jitsu. You know, try to talk about something else. But man, this is the best journey when you have someone to be on your side, you know. You have someone to share your improvements, you know, your goals, you know. You're going together. Let's say when you have your wife, let's say I have my wife, or you have your girlfriend, you kind of guys going together, you know. It's like you guys gonna learn together, you're gonna get better together, and that is good, man. I think it's nothing better to have someone on your side that you really like love and support you, you know, and you support them. I think the best part of having someone like girlfriend or, you know, wife is the part of supporting each other, you know. Some days you like in bad mood, she's, no, let's go. You have to train, you know, let's go, let's have a fun. And you get there. Some days her, I say, no, let's go, you know, and your time to push her, you know. I think this is my best advice. Always try to help each other. And out of jiu-jitsu, don't talk too much about jiu-jitsu. Because jiu-jitsu got a problem. I don't have this problem. Jiu-jitsu guys just want to talk about jiu-jitsu all day, all the time.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Professor, you know, you recently got your black belt, and how was that for you? Did you know you were going to get it? Was it a surprise?
I know already that I will get. They went they're supposed to get my belt. Man, was great feeling. It's kind of like another dream coming true, you know. Like I always dream with that moment, and when it happened was so unreal, you know. Like man, yeah. I start on the end of the line. Now I'm here with all the black belts, you know. I remember the days that I'm white belt. I never think I'm gonna make it, you know. And I made it. I did it, you know. And I think this was the best thing about accomplishing something important, you know. Like a black belt is something special, you know. I don't like I don't change. I think I don't change my black belt for any job in the world. You know what I mean? Like say any like school, these things. No, black belt is like is a university. You know, jiu-jitsu university. When you get a black belt, you kind of like graduated. You know, and man, this is fantastic. It was a moment that I never gonna forget. You know. And I take my black belt with my wife as well on the same day.
Amazing.
We both take. Was like unforgettable for sure.
What's better, the wedding anniversary or black belt anniversary? What's
good question. Thinking about that.
Yeah, well, I'll let you not answer that one in case the wife rolls with you later, you know.
Make sure she's like agree, you know, with what I want to say, because
exactly.
It's a war. I'm just follow.
Don't worry, I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. So, Professor, I want to talk to you a little bit about competition. We've got we want to start a competition here in the school early on, and we've already got people signing up for the English Open at the end of the year. What for you makes a good competitor?
Man, I think like mental parts are important, like for competitors. And I think how you get the mental parts, like put the work in. Like the best way to be ready to things is really work hard. Like that you did all that you could to make that happen. You know what I mean? Let's say train more, like train a lot and do more than you're supposed to do. Because if you just do what you're supposed to do, everybody doing the same. You have to try to do something more. I don't say just about train, but sometimes study more jiu-jitsu. There's not a lot of people who do that. And you start compete. People say from Pedro, man, I want to compete, but I don't have experience. I say, you're just going to have experience if you go there, to compete. If you wait for the right moment, never going to come. What makes good compared to a strong compared is put the work in. He's training with consistency, and he makes sure that he's doing all that he can to achieve the goal.
Do you think everyone should compete in jiu-jitsu?
I think yes. I think competition, I would say, is a good push to, like when you win, you want more, I say, man, I win this, I can do more. You want to train more, you want to get better. And when you lose, you want to get better as well. You don't want to finish like a loss, You say, no, I have to train more. I have to go to the next one. And each tournament you lose or you win, you're going to feel improvement, Like for me, like I compete a lot. And I still felt the same nervous, of first competition. I'm still like, have a fears, this and that. But I think more I compete, more I know how to control that, I think competition helps you control the things that normally you can't control. I say these fears, these things is hard, right? Like you say, you go compete and you like scared, sometimes, let's say. You know one thing that you control, you say, no, I'm not going to be scared. It's not one thing that you're just going to say, going to change. And I think the competition teaches us this, like control our emotions and pressure, like moments, you know what I mean? Let's say under pressure, control your emotions under pressure. I think the competition is this. And this help you in life when you have to make decisions,
Is that the advice as well you give to your students when they want to compete as well? You talk to them a lot about that?
Oh yeah. Say competition, that's good part, for me, my perspective is this. Say you're always going to grow. You're always going to take something from that, they're going to help you, like, not just on jiu-jitsu, but in life. I think like jiu-jitsu is a sport that make your life better, make you make better decisions, make you understand more things. And I think the competition part is about the control the feelings, because when you train, like say, oh, the guy tapped me, we're gonna start again. Don't have that like too much, But in competition, let's say your soul, you want to win, you don't want to lose, you want to like go there and give, good match. And when you go to compete and you kind of face your fears, that make you stronger, You kind of like, man, I'm here. I don't want to be here, but I'm here. I don't want to compete, but I'm here. And you're going to start to understand that it's just another day doing what you love, Like I say, it's so important, of course, to win. I like to say that for me as a professional, it's important to win, I need win. But in the same time, it's kind of like the most important, the end of the day, is like you doing what you love and be happy doing this, You cannot do it just because people put pressure on you. I think these things I always tell them, these have to come from them, We can try like motivate them, hey, let's go, man, compete. But these have one thing that come from them. Say, I want to compete, I want to try, I want to test myself,
Amazing. Yeah, I've not competed much, just once, and it's great to hear you say that, because there's a personal development in competing as well. It's not just going out testing your jiu-jitsu. It's like a personal internal development.
It's not just about jiu-jitsu. It's not just about jiu-jitsu,
Yeah.
It's like I felt competition part is this. They help you in all the parts of your life, I think like if you're not a professional, I don't say you don't have to care about win or lose. Of course, you have to always try to win, like get better, you know, like say, nobody go to compete to lose, but happen, you know. If you have like, let's say a tournament, have a 20 guys, just one gonna win. Just one gonna be happy, really happy, you know.
Mhm.
And you have to this, you know, it's a process. I need like get my time, you know. I need compete like more and more to get experience to achieve my goal. Because they say you have to believe on the long-term process, you know. Like I'm gonna doing this now, and I'm gonna do this on the like middle term to my long-term goal, you know. Let's say I'm gonna compete. I'm lost my first tournament. Okay, what mistake I made? You know, you're gonna watch, you're gonna see, okay, you're gonna work on the gym, you're gonna compete again. Let's say you lost again, I don't know, but you already did better. You say, oh, that mistake I didn't make, but I made another one. Now you're gonna fix that thing, you're gonna come back, you know, you're gonna compete, you're gonna start selling improvement. And that's gonna make you excitement, you know. Say, man, until you win the first tournament. After you win the first one, you're gonna just like, you know, I wanna get better on this, I wanna do more. Because compete is fun, you know. Like I say, it's a crazy feeling.
Yeah. And I know you train really hard, Professor. We've seen the videos of you wrestling and training hard, and it's amazing to watch. For you, like, what makes a good competition class? Like when everyone's training hard, what makes that a good class?
Man, it's like I don't think have a formula, you know,
Mm.
like type of training. But for me, for me, the best way is like I like do specific train and sparring. You know, I'm I'll have to do more drills, but to be honest, you know, I don't do too much drills. I prefer to do situations, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like I do specific train. I prefer to sparring, and like sometimes I work if I want to improve my guard. I always say people like competition, even the class, each competitor have to take care of his game. You know what I mean? Let's say because one competition class you have like let's say 10, 20 guys. You cannot make the training for 10, 20 guys the same. Like say you can make the same train, but say it's not gonna work the same for the 10 guys. You know.
Right.
And they have the feeling to know how like make that train to their game. Let's say I'm gonna pass one train for everybody,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to like you know competitors have to be aware they have to make that train for they have to take the best of that train, even if you know what the train that he really like needed, you know, because
Right.
let's say something I'm gonna pass today are gonna be retention of guard, guys. Today gonna work like we do 2 minutes. The person on top try pass and person on bottom. You don't need you cannot sweep. You have just to try recover. You know, like keep moving. Don't let him pass. And let's say person on bottom is not the guy who usually do guard, but he has to do it. You know, let's say he has to do the train,
Mm-hmm.
and he has to play the guard retention. He have to take the best of that. Okay, I don't train. I don't train that much. Sorry, man.
Oh, good.
Let's say the guy have I don't train that much on bottom, you know. But if the train is on bottom, I'm gonna train on bottom. But I have to take the best from me. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna work my like I'm gonna see what the guy on top do it that make it hard for me, you know, on bottom. Because when I'm on top, I can do that with others. You can understand, like say, the guy gonna pass my guard. How they pass my guard? Not this way. Why he pass my guard in this way? Because I didn't know I don't have my frame right here, you know?
Mm.
On the time that you go past, you know already what happened. Oh, he's gonna try to put the frame. When he put the frame, I'm already on my head, one step ahead because I knew where it's coming, you know?
Right.
So you have to try to take the best of the train for you, you know?
So even if it's not like your A game, your go-to game that we're drilling, this day, we're going to make the most of it anyway, kind of thing.
Yeah, please, let's say. My, like, I love play guard in train. I think one of the things that I most do in train, but in competition, my game is more on top, you
Right.
know? But this don't mean I don't train my guard, you know? Let's say, we have to try to be ready in any situations for competition because, like I say, we never know what's gonna happen, you know. you can think like say I love play on top, but if the guy take you down, what are you gonna do? You know, and can happen. I love play guard, but if the guy pull first, what are you gonna do? You have to be like ready for every situation, even when it's uncomfortable for you. When you're like when your opponent try to make you uncomfortable, you have to be ready to like set up things to get better for you, you know, and take away of him that comfortable thing. You have to make him think him comfortable, but he's not. You know what I mean?
For
I
sure.
don't know if you guys.
No, it makes sense. Yeah, yeah. Professor, you've trained with so many amazing stars of Gracie Barra, be it like Homolo or Felipe or Draculino and people like that. Oh, you've just frozen there. Are you still with us?
Yeah, you okay?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think you can still hear me. Just froze for a sec. You train with so many great people. Who gives you the hardest time on the mat? Who gives you the when you go to the roll? It's like, oh.
Man, Romulo is tough trying to him. Like he tries to beat you as much as he can. Like Felipe, he's beast, but he let you train more. Like say his game is more open. He let you train more and move more. Humble
Right.
or hard. Like, so off here, and that is great. I love it. But it's with the Humble first year was like one of the hardest hardest train I ever did.
Such
Too
an
much practice.
amazing
Felipe,
guy.
like, great. Felipe is like love it training him, you know, to like technique, like oof. The guy when you close your eyes, when you open, he on your back, you know.
Right.
The back's so easy. And yeah, man, this guy's is like different.
Wow, amazing. What about it doesn't have to be anyone that we know, but who do you have the most fun training with?
To be honest, I love training with all them. I always like training with you know, Felipe, Professor Piano, Professor Romulo. Yeah, man, I enjoy training with all the. I really have a fun when I train jiu-jitsu with anyone. Like, I really enjoy my time on the mat. I don't have this preference, you know, with nobody.
Something I was interested to see, Professor, you know, you're quite well known for your guillotine, and you've got your guillotine instructional out on BJJ Fanatics. How did that happen? How does it happen to end up having an instructional course out?
Man, like when I started the guillotine, like was one thing that come natural for me. You know, I started doing when I back in the day on my small city. I already do a lot, and when I moved to Philippe, I started doing even more because I started training more no gi. You know, my city I don't train too much no gi. On that time, Philippe was getting ready to HCC, and we started training no gi, and I started like use a lot. One thing that come natural for me, you know, like I say, is always there. Sometimes and one time that I felt that I'm good on that, I say, man, I can be good on this.
Yeah.
I start like look for guillotines, you know. I look for ways to do guillotines. I felt like guillotine is one of the most powerful submissions you have, because kind of like you don't need like a nut, you don't need gi, you don't need like gi, no gi works, you know. You can do on top, you can do on bottom, you can do to the guy try pass your guard, you can do when the guy try sweep you, like, you know, like always the neck gonna be there. Always. Like I say, always the guy gonna have to extend to do something they're gonna open the neck, you know. And if you get a good chin and neck, it's not like arm that you are strong, you don't tap, you know.
Right. Going to
Most
sleep.
part, yeah, like you're gonna tap if you get that. And I start practicing and it starts feel good, start getting some submission tournaments, and I'm get excited with that, you know. I say, man, I really have to get like and I always listen like all the champs, you know, the people who really succeed, they have something special, you know, for people who make people like scared of them. You know what I mean? Like I say, man, like I try to find that, you know, like I say, man, I'm gonna be so good in guillotine, I'm gonna be like a specialist. People wanna fight me, they're gonna think twice and shoot double legs on me, you know, like these things. And I think this was the key. I think, you know, like I'm really focused, and I knew that the guillotine can bring me like help me win tournaments, help me win all things that I look for, you know. And when I moved to United States, where he's a lot of wrestling, and the guy shooting a lot, right?
Right.
And I developed more and more, and I was able to give in a lot. I win a lot of tournaments just with guillotine, you know. And I say that my hand changed my life, you know. Was this or like this, and then MGD fanatics invited me. I start finish a lot of people with guillotine, like a lot of like couple world champ, like people, you know. And at that time, I'm just purple belt, you know,
Yeah.
and I'm aware work well with the guillotine. And then I made the, and yeah, nowadays, bro, to be honest, like people already know a lot, and it's kind of, you know, they study, they try avoid a lot, you know. It's hard sometimes. I have to change a lot my game. I have to like kind of recreate my guillotine system.
Does people avoiding the guillotine open up other things for you as well, though?
Yeah, we did like on. I recreate my game to do this. You know, I start see how they do it to avoid, and what I can do to like take advantage of that. You know, sometimes like I don't use guillotine for just for finish. You know,
Yeah.
I use guillotine as guard, because when I hold my hand there, the guy start to get crazy. Like, you
Right.
know,
Yeah.
and if he forget everything, is the time that I pass. When they shoot on me and I put the guillotine, they have to take care about the neck. I'm like, I can't get out of the takedowns, you know, defend well. Like a guillotine, man, for who does one want to have something like special, learning guillotine is a good is
Excellent.
a good submission.
Yeah, good advice as well, you know, for people to, you know, have a move that you're like, you know, you get really good at it, and you know, people might like know that you're really good at it. I think is a good advice. Professor, I know you got to go soon, and I'm going to be really respectful of your time, but I've just got a couple more questions for you.
Yeah.
For you, what does it mean to be a martial artist?
Man, this is the martial artist is kind of like inspiring people, you know, like the martial part is this. I think jiu-jitsu have two parts, right? Sport, like jiu-jitsu sport competition. Like I think it's a little different of martial arts, you know. Like the martial arts, we in jiu-jitsu, you know, on the mats is a respect, you know, is like help others get better, help people like change their life through jiu-jitsu, you know. I think these are martial arts for me, like, and I talking about special jiu-jitsu on this part, you know. It's like be a great a great like a martial artist, and inspiring people, help others get better.
Amazing, absolutely. And Professor, what we usually ask as well, and I think especially for you, who's kind of a spearhead of Gracie Barra right now, and that you know the team and you represent the team so well, is there anyone in Gracie Barra worldwide, well known or not known at all, that you think we should speak to that has a great story?
Professor Piano, man, he's had a great history. He's come to America, and he builds now at Gracie Barra State like over 700 students.
And
He's
they
like
just
one of
10-year anniversary recently.
yeah, he's man one of the most successful Gracie Barra, and his story is nice. He come like from Brazil with, if I'm not wrong, $200 on the pocket. No, he started to work on the like clubs, you know, clean, rest, black, like crazy history, man. I think you guys will love hear his history.
Hey, so I'll get in
love.
touch. Yeah.
It inspire me a lot. Like make me think like, oh man, you know, sometimes we think we have a problem. The things is hard for us, but it's hard for everybody. You know, like you see somebody always with history harder than yours.
Excellent. We'll get in touch with Professor Piana, and I'm looking forward to that one. That'll be good. Just before you go, Professor, you know, best of luck for your competition tonight and everything. And it's return to the gi. For you, should you prefer gi? You prefer no gi? I know you've had so much success in no gi.
Nowadays I talk for people. I like both. I like doing both. But today the no gi become on my work, you know, my job too. Like it's where it's where I felt more comfortable. But I love gi as well, man. Like as the same. But in America nowadays, they no gi like as
Taking up.
dominant. You know, in Brazil, I did more gi. You know, I did more. I think gi is more fun to train. You know, we have more things to do. It's like more variations. You never get boring. You know, never. And no gi, I like the scramble part, you know, the physical part, the push, you know, the pace,
Porrada.
this thing.
Yeah.
The porrada style, you know. But I think for me, like personally, if I would choose just one, it's gi for sure.
Amazing, amazing. Well, Professor, I hope if you're ever in the UK, you'll come and visit us and hit a seminar. And I'd love to do this again if you ever have some free time. I know you're a very busy man, but I really enjoyed it.
Sorry for today be like this, you know, kind of. And next time, I promise I'm gonna get ready. My English is not that good yet, but I will get better on this and to do a much better next time.
Amazing. No, it was great, Professor. Thank you so much. Best of luck for tonight. I know every Gracie Barra is behind you and supporting you. And whatever happens, we got your back. So till next time.
Thanks.
Okay, take it easy, bro.
Thanks.
Bye.